Welcome back to the Man Cave Podcast, everybody. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
It's the wrong Spanish music, or is it the right Spanish
It's
music?
the right Spanish music. I don't think it really matters. I think as long as it's Spanish music, we're good.
Yeah,
You can never really go wrong.
Puts me in the right mood.
Unless it's El Alpha.
My man be wildin', huh?
Bro, what?
But yeah, welcome back to the Man Cave Podcast. Today we're going to be talking a couple different things.
Yeah, this is George's show today, so
Yeah.
I'm excited.
That's why we have the extra Spanish music playing. But we're talking about, let me try to get the rule of threes in this. What's about the? You can't do it. Can't do it. This is a Disney version of the Man Cave Podcast.
Not the Marvel Disney either. We're talking about like Mickey Mouse.
Miska
Princess and the Frog.
Muska Misky Mouse.
Word.
Bro, I remember like when my kids first started watching. I don't know how to stop this music, bro.
You just press the button. Good job.
Just the four of them. But when my kids first started watching Mickey Mouse, and I was like, what does Miska Muska mean? Because it's Miska Muska Mickey Mouse. And it brings his clubhouse up. So in Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, that's what they say. Miska Muska Mickey Mouse.
I was trying to figure out why Abby kept saying that. This is like this lady that we know named Misha. And she's always like, Miska Muska Misha.
Bro, and I'm like, what does Miska Muska Mickey Mouse mean?
Is that Spanish?
No, right? So I ended up in the deep trenches of Reddit.
Oh, tell me it's like some kind of incantation or something.
People were like, oh, this is like demonic
my God.
wording. I was like, where are we getting this from?
Right.
And I tried to find out where they got their sources, and it didn't really prove anything.
Y'all just be saying anything in the chat, bro.
But yeah, so we're going to talk a little bit about Madam Web. You know, they're blaming men for the performance of that movie. We'll get into that. We're going to talk a little bit about my experience. I actually went to a dealership, and Larry, do you believe it? I experienced racial discrimination.
Yeah, I believe it. Do you believe it?
Well, you know, the internet told me that racism was dead. So
yeah.
when I went in there and I experienced it, I was like, wait, TikTok told me this is not happening anymore. So how is this a thing?
The bigger question is, what are y'all doing back in the car dealership?
Bro, my lease is coming up. So I got to figure out
What you
what
gonna do?
I'm going to do next. Right. So let's just jump into that story.
I'm dying to hear that.
So my wife was like, oh, like we barely use your car anyway. Like the kids are never in my car. If we have the kids, it's always in her car. So she was like, why don't we just get you like a nice sports car? Something that whenever it's me and her out, like we can go and cruise in it together, right? So she was like, let's try to get a Camaro. So we went into the Chevy dealership.
She suggested a Camaro.
This 100% her suggestion, not mine.
Didn't she already have?
She owned a Camaro before the kids.
Okay.
So I guess now she's like looking at the kids like, I kind of want my Camaro back. So we walk into the Chevy dealership. It's like 9 something a.m. We just dropped the kids off at daycare. Right. And then we're looking at there's one on the sales floor. So we're looking at it. We're like, looking through it. And then this black kid, he seems young, maybe early 20s, comes over. Oh, you guys interested in the Camaro? We're like, yeah. And then he's like, you guys ever driven one before? You ever owned one? We're like, yeah, we had one before. Okay, great. Were you interested in like test driving this one? It's a newer model. We were like, yeah, we want to see how it feels. Right. And then he's like, all right, I just need somebody's ID or license, take a copy of it. We're like, cool, yeah. We've been to a dozen dealerships. We've brought in multiple cars. Like we know how this goes, right? So we give him one of the licenses we got the moment rolling. Let's try to test drive the car. His boss comes over, some like 45-year-old white guy.
Oh, okay.
Right?
That's his boss. So.
Yeah. And like I overhear him, he's like, yeah, we're not gonna let him test drive this one. Right. And I'm like, okay. And he goes, like the kid really didn't say nothing. He's like, okay. So he comes over, he goes like, well, why don't we just sit down and run some numbers first? So you see what that looks like. Already I'm like, all right. So we sit down with the kid, and his boss, who's like in his office, comes out of his office to sit at a desk parallel from ours. I guess just to listen in. Right.
Make sure his racism was
centered, focused, right? It's 9 a.m. We got to get it right. Start the day right. And so we sit down, and he's on his computer doing his clicks or whatever the I'll bleep it out. Doing his clicks. And he goes, so how much were you guys looking to pay monthly on this? And my wife was like, well, how much is it monthly? Like, we don't tell you the number. You tell us the number.
Right.
Oh, I just want to get an idea or a ballpark of where you guys were at.
So he's trying to figure out how much money it's going to take for you to put down.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And we're like, my wife is like, well, you tell me, how much is it going to be for us to lease the car?
Yeah.
And he's like, well, how much are you guys looking to put down? All right. And we're like, well, can we get different numbers? Like if we put 0 down versus 1,000, like what are the numbers looking like?
Right.
He's like, oh, well, I can't really give you those numbers right now. And my wife's like, what? And I'm just being quiet because my eyes are on the fucking, you see? That's 2 bleeps.
Oh man, I wish George was drinking. We make him take a shot every time.
But my eyes were on the guy, the white guy.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh yeah, we don't really lease Camaros, so like I don't know those numbers. I can't give you those numbers. And then abruptly, the white guy goes, it's gonna be like $900 a month on the Camaro. That's gonna be how much you'll be paying, about $900, $800, $900 a month. Right? So I go, okay, explain the math to me. Because my wife's car is easily $15,000 more than that Camaro. But you're telling me we're going to pay $300 to $400 more a month than the Camaro. So explain the math. And he goes, oh, well, what car does she have? I'm like, irrelevant. I told you it costs $15,000 more than the Camaro we're talking about.
Right.
How are the monthly payments $400 or so more when it's a cheaper car?
Right.
Oh, well, when it comes to leasing cars like this, it's you don't get good deals. I'm like, okay. So I was done already. I got up. I told my wife to get her stuff. I'm like, we're gonna go. We came here to do business.
Right.
We're trying to talk numbers. You guys aren't working with us. Right. You're refusing to work with us. I pointed at the white guy.
Yeah.
I was like, so we're gonna go. He was trying to do his job. You're stopping him.
Right.
I was like, so we're gonna go.
Multiple fronts.
Yeah.
Actually. Yeah.
So I'm like, so we're just gonna go. Horrible experience. So me and my wife left. We went to Dodge, and it was like we started talking over there. And then the next day or later that day, my wife's getting emails. Hey, we're sorry about how everything went down earlier today. That's not how we manage our business here. If we can get an opportunity to kind of set things straight, maybe if you guys can come back in. I'm like, I'm not going back in there.
What you should do is take a picture in the new car and then email it.
Yeah.
Back. We're good. Thanks.
We were this close to getting a Challenger, right? But they unfortunately sold it.
Challengers.
Yeah, they unfortunately sold it. Like we came back like a day or two later. It was gone. We were like, damn, it was so close to have that. Like that's what I was gonna pull up in front of the. And for anybody wondering, it's the what is it? Chevy dealership in Springfield. Yeah. That's where the racist salesman is. But yeah, so they're sending emails trying to like correct it. Calling my wife over and over. She's not picking up, obviously.
Bro, you just dropped the craziest review bomb of all time.
And then yesterday they sent another email. So we ran the numbers. It looks like we might be able to get you in the Camaro for about $600 a month. If you guys can come in, we can talk about it.
So you just dropped
I'm like
$300 magically.
So I'm like, so now we can run the numbers? There you were telling us, yeah, we don't run numbers. We don't know. We don't lease Camaros. I don't know how much it's going to be.
Wow.
After this little altercation, now you're able to run the numbers.
Right.
Without us even being there, we could probably get it to 600.
Right.
Who are you talking to? Us? That ship has sailed, my friend. I'm like, unbelievable.
Yo, what you should do is clip one of the emails and then drop it in the video.
I might as well. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Because that's honestly, I was like, I was heated, bro. But then I was like, I thought they told me that racism was gone.
Nah, only for certain folks.
Yeah, bro.
Chevy, if you want to make this right, my friend here is still looking for a car. He could take one for free.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'll take it.
Free Camaro.
That's a good public. Oh, that's good business.
Do right by George.
Bro, unbelievable. Anyway, the next thing that we'll talk about is Madam Web. Everybody knows Madam Web came out Valentine's Day, Everyone was talking about how good it was, raving about the the positive
people
feedback.
saying
Not at all. No, it was a horrible movie.
That was the supreme sarcasm because I haven't seen a positive thing said about it yet.
No, but let me actually pull out word for one of the actresses on the movie had to say about why it performed poorly.
Before you do that, I'm curious. You saw it. What did you honestly think?
I thought it was horrible.
Okay.
It was
like what though? What's
terrible
horrible?
pacing.
Okay.
Right. It was leading up to nothing. Honestly, how do I say this? I can't say it. This is a Disney version. This is the Disney Man Cave. It was just there was no chemistry between the actresses.
Right.
Dakota Johnson?
Yeah.
Seemed so out of place
Bruh, she looks out of place.
amongst the other actresses.
She looks out of place.
I was like, there was just no unity. The villain was god awful, horrible.
Was he really? I thought he was going to be
so
pretty good.
bad.
Okay.
It's like the writing for that character was like, we want everybody to know he's a villain. So he had like all the cliches, right? I've been chasing for these girls my life. I won't let them slip through my hands now. Stuff like that.
Oh,
right.
okay.
Every day that they live is one day closer to death for me.
So he's like 6-year-old Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah,
villain.
bro.
Okay.
And then like he has this
That's
woman,
trash.
working on all the computers. I didn't steal all of this technology for you to fail me. You can also be replaced. I was like, well, who is writing this? So horrible. And he barely spoke English. Like he had a heavy Spanish accent. I'm like, how do you get approved for this?
Maybe they wanted to be authentic.
Gotta get this guy's subtitles.
It was like it started out in Colombia or Brazil or
Something like that,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
But it was just like it was bad writing.
Okay. I don't know. I didn't see it, but I could tell. Like, first of all, when I look at the main actress, what was the her name?
Dakota Johnson.
Dakota Johnson. When I look at her, she looks soulless. Like usually you can look at a person like, oh, they look like they're good.
It was
for
almost
this
like she
role.
was tricked for this role too. When she got it, I think they gave her a different script, and she was like, "Yeah, I'll do it."
Like, hey, we're testing for
A new Marvel
75
movie.
Shades of Grey. And she was like, what is this?
I love it.
I'm not going to get spanked.
But after like the trailer came out, she apparently separated from her agency. Was like, I don't.
I heard that.
Yeah,
I heard that.
and now she's like with another agency because I was like, she was like, "What did you guys make me a part of?" So it's like she wanted no parts of this.
Which is weird because superhero movies are like
The thing
the
now, like
thing.
you want to be in it, right? It's like I want to be in the new Marvel movie.
It's basically your opportunity to open a Popeyes. This is your franchise moment. Like you can make this four movies.
Right. Yeah, guaranteed. Okay, so we have one of the actresses. Unfortunately, it was the Hispanic one who was out here just blabbering her mouth. But this is how her quote starts or her conversation. Blame the fans. All right.
Oh, the little girl.
So this is
She's like smaller.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she Isabella Merced says, Madam Web failed for one simple reason. For the same reason that the Marvels or the Birds of Prey failed, because the male audience still hides a deep contempt for everything that is starring strong, independent women. The actress praises James Gunn and says that she just accepted to be Hawk Girl in the new Superman Legacy. When she read the script, Lois Lane is really the protagonist. Superman is just a symbol, but she's the idea or the ideal brought to action while being a normal human woman and real.
There's so much to unpack here. First of all, are we really about to watch a Lois Lane movie?
Is that what?
Be for real.
That's how she's advertising
Impossible.
it. So
They lied to her.
Superman
They lied to
Legacy
her.
is Lois Legacy.
They lied to
apparently.
her. They lied to her. What are we watching? Her do a report?
It's like what I imagine this is like. Yeah, we're just following the story of Lois Lane. In the background is Superman just doing Superman stuff, and she's like, "Oh my God, who is that? Superman! Just let me write about it." That's a horrible Superman movie.
That's a horrible Superman movie.
That's a bad Superman
I don't
movie.
want to watch somebody basically make a 3-hour TikTok. It's basically what she's doing.
Follow me on this story. So I was following Superman. Yeah.
Who did I find in Superman's? Like, come on.
But my biggest question, and I think it's been a longing question when it comes to why things like like a female led movie doesn't do well, women automatically blame guys. Like, oh, men didn't support this movie. Aren't there a higher population of women? Aren't women more consumable? They're consumer,
yeah,
right?
for sure.
So
maybe not in the movie world. That's probably
Okay.
That's probably heavy male
Sure.
dominated. Yeah.
But if the idea is to make a movie of women for women, why are women not supporting the movie?
What's crazy is I'm looking at the marysue.com. I'm not sure if this is satire or whatever, but says roughly 46% of ticket buyers for the film identified as female. So women didn't even want to see that.
Yeah.
So men actually did go out and support the movie. 54% of the ticket holders were men.
And you know what's funny is in the week, pretty much the same week, right? Madam Web performed poorly. Risa Tisa performed phenomenally. Just not enough drama for the ladies, I guess, in Madam Web.
Exactly.
Just not enough drama for the ladies. There's also a reason why Kim Kardashian, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, makes money and the WNBA is failing. It's like there's just not enough drama.
Bro, I think you just solved all of their problems with one sentence. It's not what women like. It's not what they want to watch. And then they blame men because we're supposed to support the WNBA since it's still basketball, but it's the female version of basketball when we already have.
I don't understand why the expectation of something being curated and created for women needs to be supported by men for it to succeed.
Bro, it would be like white people getting mad at black people when they recast Leonardo DiCaprio as the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Like, we're not going to watch this.
Yeah, and then white people are like, you guys don't like Leo? Well, not for that role.
We already had ours.
Yeah, the logic doesn't make sense. It's like if you want to make a movie for this specific audience, you need to make that movie for that audience. It's like they're trying to make that movie or claim that movie's for that audience, but they're really trying to draw in this completely different audience. It's not going to work.
I went like off the top of my head without looking at data, I could probably say there are two genres that women will absolutely go out and see. Rom-com and like horror suspense stuff because they love sitting at home watching Lifetime and people being
murdered. The murder mystery. I don't really understand. What is that?
I think that you're secretly just plotting to kill all
of them. They're all ready to kill us.
Yes, all of them.
We've gotten to the point like women are just ready to massacre,
bruh. Like, and it is so obvious. Like, all right, if something's not working, pivot. You keep trying to force the issue. They're not buying.
No,
let it go. It's not our fault.
How can it be? We support what we like. It's proven. The NFL works. The NBA works. So many other movies work because we support what we like. You can't blame men for not supporting. Or it's like, well, I don't really want to go watch Madam Web, but because it's a movie, I guess I have to go. Like that's the logic that you're trying to play into.
Yeah, which is stupid. Like I think men will go see the movie even if they hate it, even if they thought like you knew for sure before even going. I'm pretty sure you knew it was going to be bad. But you was
my wife wanted to see it.
Okay.
And she came out and was like, that movie was horrible. She watched 2 hours of it and was waiting for it to start. Like,
wow.
Nothing happened. They advertised the movie as if it's like, hey, these three girls all essentially become Spider Girls, Spider Women, whatever you want to call it.
And they never actually
you get them in the costume for 5 seconds in the end of the movie with like a little vision of a flash forward that Madam Web was doing. But outside of that, they never wear the costumes.
What's crazy is I wonder if they went into this thinking, oh, this is going to be a build up for a part 2. If it's this bad,
you're never going to get
a part 2.
We're never going to see them.
For what?
Never going to see them. Missed opportunity. Very much missed opportunity. You had 3 characters that could have potentially made a good movie, and you decided to hyperfixate on one, Madam Web, and not produce anything for any of the other 3 characters. It's like you hurt yourself. I think Sony is just.
First of all, they're a fossil. They're a relic.
It's almost like they were like DC. They're making bad They're making bad movies,
We
right?
can outdo them.
Hold my beer. I'm going to build the worst universe. I'm going to try to build an entire Spider-Man universe, not involve Spider-Man, and just do a horrible job. Because Morbius was horrible.
Bro, and I thought that actually could have been good. I thought it could have been good.
Craven comes out later this year.
And
I don't think that's going to be any
That's
good.
going to be terrible.
Yeah.
I thought like, and I don't want to make this like a movie review thing, but I thought like if they had leaned more into like horror with the Morbius thing, it's kind of like, you know,
Yeah.
make it just full on, just X-rated, kind of like carve a new lane for anti-hero superhero shit,
Yeah.
and see what happens. Like you already see what happens with all the other stuff. It's trash. Even Venom, y'all ruined that. I thought having Carnage on screen was going to be amazing.
And Woody Harrelson playing the character.
What?
I was like, dude, there's no way you can do any wrong.
Not a better pairing, other than if you had let Jim Carrey play Carnage. I probably
That would have been kind of crazy.
I would have loved that, but
Character. But yeah, I don't know. They I don't know what Sony's doing, and they're not. And men aren't to blame as to why this movie didn't do well.
can't be.
It's impossible. Like, come on.
We supported the movie more than the women, so that tells you right there.
Exactly.
It's not our fault.
Exactly. So, ladies, time to pull your bootstraps up and get to
Not
work.
pull your bootstraps. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Because it's not on
the
us.
American dream. Nah, damn. I don't know if they can fix it, but I'm eager to see what that looks like in the future.
Yeah.
What else you got for us, George?
All right. So the other thing is, I was watching Jinxie's stream yesterday. So for those of you who don't know who Jinxie is a popular Twitch streamer who blew up in the last year. He's been streaming for, I believe, around 5 years, but last year was his year. TikTok, everybody, YouTube blew up. I started, tuning in. Funny kid. He's 21, 22, hilarious, super chaotic,
Super chaotic.
but very hilarious. He blew up. So last night I was watching his stream, and he was doing a basically 1v1s with people who are in the Rainbow Six Siege world. If you beat him, he's going to give you $1,000. Right? It's content, right? Beat me in a 1v1, you get $1,000.
Right.
So he invited a friend of his called Avid to take part of this 1v1. They were 2 minutes into the game when the guy Avid kind of started saying, yo, you just dropped merch, which Jinxie did just drop merch. And one of the hoodies has a line, too easy, which is what Avid had said apparently like 2 years ago. So Avid originally said, too easy. Jinxie coined it. He had been saying it since. He made it popular.
Right.
He mentioned this multiple times on the stream as well, that he didn't make the decision to put that on a hoodie. It was the company that was like, yo, this is one of the things that people know you for. We'll put it on there. And he was like, all right, cool. The guy Avid was like, yo, I want my cut. Like, you owe me money. That was my line. You're not giving me the credit. You didn't even ask me for permission to put it on your merch. You didn't tell me it was going to be on your merch. Somebody else told me it was going to be on. And that John bothered me. Like, you need to give me a cut. So they kind of got into it. And parts of me was like, is this content? Like, is this fake? Like, you have to kind of wonder every time.
It'd be like me and you just started butt naked wrestling.
So I was like, there's no way.
Right.
But then Jinxie pointed it out. He was like, dude, yesterday, me and you were on the phone talking one-on-one. You never brought this up.
Right.
Suddenly we're on stream in front of 100,000 people and you want to bring it up. Like, I don't know if you're being serious because I want to laugh with you or this is just content. Like, I don't know what you're doing. Because if your intentions is to come in front of 100,000 people to try to make me look like a bad guy, that's not cool.
Right.
And the guy Avid was like, no, like, that's not my intentions. I wanted to bring it up last night while we were on the phone. And he was giving some nonsense like, oh, you're a different person off stream versus on stream.
What I took away from that conversation was that he didn't fully understand the situation. Somebody else had to break it down to him. Like, yo, this was your phrase. He's making money off of it and you're not.
Yeah. And then so I know that somebody was in his ear and was like, go on stream and basically embarrass him in front of everybody. He's gonna be forced to do it.
Probably his mom or his girl told him.
Probably. Very much. Just like the Apple, guys. Just like the Apple.
Oh man.
So eventually, Jinxie gave in. He was like, yo, I'm going to give you, he said, he didn't obviously give a specific number, but he said, I'll give you 10 to 20% of my cut that I got from the merch. And he was like, send me your routing number and everything. The guy was like, just Cash App me. He's like, I'm not going to Cash App you that much money. They're going to flag it on.
Right.
But then like to backtrack a little bit before he agreed to do it, the guy Avid was like literally telling him like, if you don't give me my credit, like we can't be cool.
Yeah. We're not friends.
Yeah.
It's done. That's what he said.
And Jinxie's like, so if I don't give you money, you're not my friend anymore. Never mind the idea that Jinxie put Avid on.
Right.
Avid only has a following because Jinxie created one that Avid was able to piggyback off of. And when Avid started growing, Jinxie even brought him a PC and brought him equipment to help Avid continue to grow. Never mentioned it, doesn't ask for anything in return. And then Avid has the audacity to go on stream and to try to embarrass him in front of his fans in order to get some quick money.
That's crazy.
I'm like, I couldn't believe it, dude.
Yeah. When I watched it, I was like, is this one of those things where you're like,
It's a bad play.
They're just putting on a show?
I would hope so. Honestly, I hope it's that, because if it's the other, it's actually like super disappointing to see.
No, it's sad. I think I'm gonna do a Donald Trump here and say, it's good people on both sides, but like at the end of the day, like yes, like from a moral, ethical standpoint, Jinxie should have looked out for him. It's like, yo, bro, if that was his intention, I was like, I'm using my boy's line or whatever. But to your point, he didn't even like go out of his way to put it on the hoodie. Like his team did it. So like that's his saving grace. But I like at the end of the day, like if that's your boy and you're making money off of one of his ideas or whatever, like the friendship should be bigger than the check. Like, and that's really how I feel about it. But the dude Avid went out of his way to try and make his friend look bad.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy, bro.
For money.
That's like your girl pull up to your job and bust all your windows out because you left a toast.
That's when you take out the trash.
Yeah, like just cursed.
That's three. That's three on us. But hey, this is a good W, I think. We're about 30 minutes in and only 3 curse words. All right.
But yeah, you don't go out of your way to make people look bad at their place of work. That's crazy.
No.
That's crazy.
No. And especially that being your place of work is literally in front of thousands of people.
Hundreds of thousands.
Mm-hmm.
He said he had 100,000.
He had 100,000 people watching him at that time.
Wild.
Yep.
I didn't even know that many people tuned in for streams, bro.
Yeah. And, well, I guess to be fair, at this point, he did have his shirt off. Because I was going to say,
where are we going with this?
Twitch is very popular right now
artistic nudity.
Yeah, artistic nudity. And,
that's fair.
Let me show you the jiggles. Disney, I don't know what to tell you.
Yo, did he have a hickey on his neck?
He did definitely have it. I think he definitely did. My wife was like, is that a hickey? I was like, that's not why I'm here.
If he young and millionaire, listen, he probably going brazy.
Hey.
Nah, but if you're doing business with friends, like obviously the business comes first, but you should never like forego the friendship. Like, if it's going to cross that line, like you got to part ways one way or the other. Like we just not doing business no more, or we're going to continue doing business, but it's just business. We're not homies in this. Like it's about the money. Like you got to pick a lane because that's weird to me for him to try to expose him like that. That was uncalled for.
Yeah. Especially considering you had the opportunity to kind of do it privately. It was like you had more than one time. So.
If I was Jinxie, I'm like, bro, come get it back in blood.
Damn.
He said I'm preemptively smoking on your pack. That had me rolling, bro. That had me rolling.
So yeah, shout out to Jinxie because I think he handled it very well considering the situation that he was kind of forced into.
100%. And somebody commented this on one of the videos that I watched of that whole situation. You're like, the fact that he paid him while on camera is like marketing genius. And I was like, yeah, I agree. Because now
people were commenting actively. You'll just do it after stream. Do it after stream. He's like, no, I'm gonna do it now.
Yeah.
In my head, I would do the same thing. You want to bring it up on stream? We're gonna resolve it on stream.
Right.
Like this is what you want to do. This is how it's gonna get done.
Do you think if you were in Jinxie's shoes that you'd still be cool with him after that?
It'll take a while. It would. I'd probably distance myself a bit.
Yeah. That's a little toxic.
Yeah, very much. And it's like somebody is gonna have to be like. I think it should be an Avid the ball should be in his court to approach Jinxie and honestly be like, to try to fix the situation. I also think that the messed up part is during the entire time Avid kept throwing. I'm not wrong in this. Like, I don't feel like I'm in the wrong in this situation.
Right.
I'm like, dude,
That's your emotions.
you're very much like, there are better ways to do this.
Right.
But yeah, so I'm gonna send you a TikTok.
Okay.
It's really I was watching it. Look how many likes this TikTok has.
Okay.
And what the content itself is. I was like, why are we doing anything?
Oh Lord.
Well,
I'm
we
a little
can't even
nervous.
win a fight.
I'm a little nervous. This is about to be something stupid.
Bro, we're looking at a bowl of chocolate covered strawberries sitting at roughly 36 million likes, if that's where the number's still at.
39.
It's climbing. It's climbing. We're sitting at 39 million likes.
This is the video?
That's the video. That's all it is. So I ask you, Larry, my podcasting partner here, why are we doing anything? When a bowl of strawberries
First of all, this looks
gets
disgusting.
250 million views and has 39 million likes.
I'm looking at the comments and all I see is Bella Porch. I don't know what that means.
So Bella Porch is this young girl who I think had the most liked video in like 2020, 2021. And even that video made no sense, but it had, I think, 30 something million likes.
Bella Porch, 63.6 million.
That was views. This thing, I think, has 254 million views and has 39 million likes.
Bruh, I what am I missing?
I don't know, dude.
First of all,
Is it the
what
simplicity
the
of
hell chocolate is
it?
that?
It doesn't look good. It doesn't
looks
look
like
good.
somebody melted the chocolate cocoa pebbles and poured it. It looks nasty.
Bro, I came
You
across
use
it.
dark chocolate for strawberries. First of all, this is milk chocolate.
Yeah. But dark chocolate's a little more expensive. You see those? That's a lot of strawberries.
I ain't gonna hold you. This bed set look like it came from Walmart, so it kind of explains things. But
39 million. And it's climbing.
39 million?
When I liked it, it was at 36. So it's going up.
It's got to be all women in here. I'm looking at the comments, and it's just all women just saying stupid. Remind me if
Cursing,
this gets...
cursing.
Ah! This is hard. This is hard. Saying this is hard twice is crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. We got to remove one of those. We can't keep both of them. We're trying to be a good, clean podcast here. We got to take off one of them.
You can't even say that. Remind me if this gets more than 27.3 million. I'm about to just quit working. If this is what content is, drizzling Cocoa Pebbles on strawberries, what am I doing?
What are we doing here, man? I couldn't
I'm
wait
sorry
to
for
show
dragging you into this.
I honestly couldn't wait to show you.
Give up time with your family
I was
to
like,
come down here.
I know we've been doing this for a little over a year. I was like, we look at the numbers sometimes and get discouraged. I'm gonna bring that lower. I'm gonna really bring it home.
Yeah, I'm in a dark place.
My man is gonna be driving home, telling his wife,
Strawberry
a
chocolate.
bowl of strawberries has 39 million likes,
Chocolate strawberries is 39 million likes on TikTok.
and you're already halfway there. You're just missing. You put you on top of strawberries.
Yeah, I'm just
just
get
chocolate.
butt naked and lay on my strawberry.
See how many likes I
You
get.
don't even see the strawberry. I'm gonna have to like lift my back up a little bit and take a picture.
There's your chocolate strawberries.
Oh man,
Yeah.
this is disgusting. I hate the internet. I hate the internet. You know what? The real problem is we gotta blame men. Gotta continue with the theme. That's the theme for the episode. Men are the problem. Here's why. Because y'all don't like to comment and share stuff unless it's toxic. And women don't like to comment or like anything unless it's drama.
Unless it's strawberry chocolate covered.
There's plenty of drama in that because they're like, oh, what's he gonna do with it?
Bro,
Is
you
she
see-
gonna
Y'all ready to support strawberries and go watch Madam Web. Don't be mad at nobody but y'all.
Facts.
Don't be mad at nobody but yourself.
Because you watched that video and wasted 5 seconds of your life. You could have spent $20 on that Madam Web ticket. If Madam Web had 39 million people come watch it, it would have actually broke even.
They could have talked about maybe doing a second one.
Right. We could have maybe. Now it's not even a question.
Bro, you know what's one thing that I was going to put out there to the world?
What?
If you're in the state of Pennsylvania and you want to get free stuff from CVS,
Oh, Lord. Geez.
CVS has an agreement with the state, I believe. If you find anything expired and give it to the cashier, they have to give you a $3.50 coupon. That's essentially cash that you can redeem towards anything in the store. So if you find 12 expired things and take it up, you now get 12 individual $3.50 coupons that you could use towards anything. So just go into your neighborhood CVS and look through it, find some expired stuff, get some coupons, and get free stuff from CVS.
And this is how stupid America is. Because they could literally pay homeless people $10 an hour to go in and find these expired products, but they'd rather spend $3.50 for random psychopaths to come in there and find it.
Yep. Psychopaths. Okay.
Yeah, if you go do that, you're a psychopath. I'm sorry.
We have our fair share, and they're all old people.
Of course, they have nothing
And they come by like they have their routine. It's like this old guy and this old woman. They don't know each other, but one comes in every Tuesday, the other one comes in every Friday, and they spend an hour and change in the store just looking through everything to see what expired stuff they have. Now, this one old guy was being mad awkward, and I had just started there. I think I'm 2 weeks into the job. And he comes up with about 30 of those coupons from 2017, right? So he's trying to redeem 30 coupons from 2017. He has all these items.
I gotta do the math. Go ahead.
Yeah, he has all these items that equate to over $100-something. I scan all the items, and then I have to scan all 30 coupons. By the end of it, it's telling me that there's an issue, right? So I asked one of the colleagues that I was working with. He goes, I think these coupons are only 10 coupons at a time. We can't redeem all 30 at once. So the old guy pulls his phone out and starts recording us. And he goes, I have a letter from the company that I'm allowed to redeem these coupons. Are you saying that you're rejecting my coupons? And I'm like, no, we're not saying we're rejecting your coupons. We're still going to redeem them. We're telling you that the computer's giving us an issue. And he goes, well, what's the issue? I have the coupons. You need to start redeeming them. And I'm like, relax. Okay, the computer's giving us a problem. We're trying to solve it. No one's telling you we're not going to use your coupons.
He's trying to make you into a Karen.
Yeah, bro. Well, you're the one in here with a camera in my face.
Claiming to be a victim.
Yeah.
Because you got 30 coupons from 2017.
2017.
Please, go take a nap.
Yeah. I think the only other state that does it is California, but California doesn't give you one for every individual item.
Well, they don't need that there because they can just steal and not get locked up.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
And we know who they are.
Yeah, I think we got to wrap that.
Thank you guys coming to,
I think the show. I think it's time to wrap the episode.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
I think it's time to
if you
wrap
stay
the
to the
episode.
end, comment down below and let us know how many times we cursed. It should be 0. I hope nothing should really. I'll bleep the ones that come in.
Yes, please do.
Yeah. This is a good, clean episode. This is a family podcast.
Yes.
Tell your family to tune in. Tell your children to tune in.
Play it at your church.
Yeah. Tell your pastor about the Man Cave podcast.
Yeah.
Catch you next week.